Hey guys, welcome to my channel. As you guys can tell, this vlog started off as very non-verbal. I'm trying to place this. It started off as non-verbal, and honestly, it's just because I talk a lot. I knew that I would be in my room for maybe 10 minutes. Um, I got off. I just wanted this to be a very calm, peaceful vlog. I did try to do this thing where I did want the vlog to kind of like represent how I am mentally right now. I wanted it to be quiet and a little peaceful. And yeah, so my mom sent me for some errands, but she sent me to buy like two things. So I'm done. I was debating on if I wanted to go to the mall that's closer to home, which would be like a 8-minute walk. Um, I don't know if I wanted to go, if I didn't want to go. I'm at the park right now, park close to home. I'm always here, or I'm here when I can be. Um, I'm on a bench right now, as you guys can tell. I am sitting on a bench, and I just love outside. I love this aesthetic. I love the way it looks. I love how gloomy it is. It makes me want to write poetry. Like, I love it. Um, Mentally lately, I've been at peace. I've been better. I've been doing things that I love. Honestly, this is the best summer for me outside of track. My summers are usually like I'm at home, I don't do anything, I'm broke, I'm sad, usually I do let that my family situation get the best of me, but this summer I've gotten out of my comfort zone. I've done things that I literally didn't do any other summer. So I am glad, I am happy. Um, there is, like I told you guys, I was affected, but I'm bouncing back. I'm bouncing back and I'm trying to do things that do make me happy. I do have new hair. My hair got done a couple days ago. It's a couple days old. It's starting to rain, so I might have to abort the mission and get out the park. But we could just keep walking. The rest of the vlog is mostly gonna be the rest of the vlog in the park before I go back home is gonna be non-verbal, just because I want to listen to my music. I was listening to Selena Gomez, The Heart Wants What It Wants. Um, and I love that song. But I love the park. I'll show you guys my favorite park. They have a couple swings. I just dropped you guys. Sorry. But they do have a couple swings and a couple things from the distance. I will show you guys. Um, this angle looks better when I'm walking. It's an aesthetic angle. The lighting is so nice. I'm loving it. If there's thunder, I promise you guys I'm gonna run home. I don't play that. Hey guys, welcome back. It was raining when I was walking back home. It was raining a little bit. Yeah, it was raining a little bit. I didn't do much. I got home, I ate some ice cream, which is this empty bowl, and I was watching a couple videos. I couldn't get on my phone just because it needed to charge, so that's why I didn't, um, film directly. So lately I have been doing pretty good mentally. I've been okay. I've been handling life changes. I've been trying to enjoy my summer. Like I told you guys, this summer is a great summer for me. Not because only I have money, but at the same time, I am handling it better. Like I am getting outside of my comfort zone. I am doing things that typically I wouldn't do. Um, I am trying to get out of that negative headspace that I constantly have. I told you guys about the job that I was working during the year, which is essentially like a call center. and it was really mentally draining for me. It was one of the things during the year that drained maybe 80 to 90% of my energy. I told you guys that the way the schedule is, can you reduce the volume? The way things, can you reduce the volume? The way things are you going to reduce the volume? Oh shit, I don't know what the fuck you're from. So, you don't have to completely turn it off, just reduce it a little bit. The way my schedule was built during the year, um, I told you guys I had track in the afternoons, in the middle of the day I had class, and then in the mornings I had to work. Because if work didn't go in the mornings, it either have to take out up the time when I'm supposed to be in class, or it would have to take up the time where I'm supposed to be training. So something had to suffer, and obviously my mornings had to suffer. So I would work, first semester I would work because the requirement was 20 hours a week. So I would work I would work 5 times a week. Sorry, 4 times a week, 5 hours. That's 20. And these 5 hour shifts had 15-minute breaks, 1 5. And it became really draining because I'd have to work, for example, from 7 to 12, and then I'd have to rush to class. Sometimes I'd miss class, would watch the lectures, and then I'd do a bit studying based on the energy that I had left, and I was completely drained, and I barely studied, or sometimes I would just fall asleep, and then I'd have to commute to the track to train. Or I would have to, I would have to work 8 to 1 p.m. Usually 8 to 1 p.m. would eat up at my afternoon, because, not afternoon, at my lunchtime, because then I'd barely have time to eat. I have to get ready. That would take 30 minutes, and then I'd have to commute. But then I've missed class, so the only time I have is to watch that lecture, compress the time to watch the lecture, and maybe have a little bit of time to study and review what I watched, and then straight to practice. After practice, I have to go to sleep because I'm exhausted and because the same cycle repeats the next day. It was so draining for me mentally. At the first part of my first semester, my grades were up, everything was good, and then my grades started slipping because I started accumulating fatigue. I didn't have enough sleep. And then when the season starts ramping up, so when, testing starts coming for track, and there's certain standards that are expected, and then, competition schedule gets out, and then there's certain competitions you have to start running or very early in the season. Everything is, it's kind of like a snowball where everything just goes left. But you guys might ask yourselves, why were you working so much? Well, I was working so much because, like in this situation that I was in, there was going to be nothing or nobody paying for my studies. So it was either you work and get the money to pay for those studies, or you stop school. And you guys know how much school means to me. Stopping school would take so much away. I complain about school a lot, but it has a big part of my life. And stopping school would also mean that I wouldn't have that, yeah, I wouldn't have track anymore. And that's one of the things that does keep me, motivated. I wouldn't have track because, you have to be enrolled in classes to be able to compete for a varsity team. So that would also be taken away. And then everything would fall apart. Like, if I stopped school, so I had to pick my struggle. And obviously, in the second semester, I decided to work 5 times a week, 4 hours, because 4 hour shifts and 5 hour shifts where I work have the same amount of break. So I'd rather work a 4 hour shift, have that 15-minute break, and come back at least a little bit more alive, rather than have that 5 hour shift and come out completely drained out of any type of energy that I had. So that's what I decided to do. I worked 5 times a week. There was a little bit of cut in hours, so it became 4 times a week during exam season. I told you guys my grades slipped, so my grades were still slipping, it was still suffering, and I had to make a choice, and I did have to sacrifice work to be able to prioritize school, because I needed to bring those grades back up, and in order for me to bring those grades back up, I needed to cut those hours. But you can't call off if you're going to study. Oh, you can't just call off and say, oh, I need time to study for my exam. Like, it's a call center, has a high turnover rate. They don't care. You have to show up to your shift. So what I did was I would try to give my shifts away, and when nobody would take my shifts, then I would, risk getting fired to call off, which I did. My grades did end up, catching up a little bit, and um, that's what it was. It was honestly one of the hardest things I've experienced, because then it feels like everything's mandatory, you know what I mean? Um, and you kind of have people in your ear, people who care about you, but people in your ear telling you that something's going to suffer, and that you're not going to make it through, and that you just need to drop something. And and then I had my parents behind my back, by the way, which I held a lot of resentment against, because it's not like I was getting any support. I was just getting screams, and it was a lot of drop track every single day. Or I would hear, stop working, you shouldn't be working that much. But it's like, if I don't work, I'm not going to be able to pay for my studies. So it was really draining, but I did need to have that job to keep, it gave me some sort of leverage, and it also built me that experience. It was something I learned. So I told you guys how draining that job was for me. I I'm moving on to something better during the year. I already have the job secured. I'm really, 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 really excited, because it's something that I do, and it's super flexible. Tutoring. I've tutored for many years. I've always tutored. It's comfortable. It's perfect. But I'm still working at that call center, because for the summer, I'm trying to bridge, obviously, my summer expenses all the way to maintaining that to start the year. We don't want to start in a deficit. But I was planning to move away from that call center environment this week. I was just thinking about, because like we have the month of August, and it's like, okay, I might have these expenses and things, that activities I might want to do, and I don't want to, dip in my savings. So I'm just like, okay, what should I do? But I do think that this week I might take that leap of faith and just move on from that environment. I think I can hold on for a month before I start this new job, but it is something that I'm turning the page on, and it feels much better, because not only do I get my table back, I also get my sanity back. You know what I mean? I won't be coming into this year stressing. I won't be coming into this year absolutely drained. I'll have my mornings back. Having your mornings, starting on a good morning to your day, is very crucial. And I realized how crucial it was when by 12 p.m. or by 1 p.m. every single day, starting at 6 a.m. because I had to wake up early to, get to my job, starting at 6 a.m. every single day, all the way till 1 p.m. or all the way till 12 p.m., sorry, having these mornings stripped away from me, it just made me realize how drained I was. Like, it was very draining. And then you have to go to class carrying, that fatigue, and I would fall asleep sometimes. So now you're not even paying attention. Now you have to rewatch that lecture. Now the whole day goes to waste. So having my mornings back is going to be so crucial, but it's going to be so great to have them back. It's going to be so amazing to be able to wake up, calm, with a calm energy, to be flexible, to tutor based on my availability, and not be scrambling between study time, class, track, work. You know what I mean? It's gonna be my first year of university where I'm actually handling things at a calm pace, and not, stressing and on the verge of dropping everything. Um, but yeah, so that's good. I've been taking a lot of walks lately. It's been great. I love my walks. I love walking to the park, as you guys saw. I will always prioritize my walks. I love my walks. It's gonna be great. Um, what else? Guys, I did my hair. I didn't even address my hair. I did my hair. My hair is crochet hair. For the ones who are wondering what hair it is, it's crochet hair. It's water curl. It's not Freetress. It's not any of the brands you guys think it is. It's in a different brand that I saw. It looked cute, and I was like, let me take it. And the thing with crochet hair is that the older it looks, the better it looks, because it looks more natural. It looks like it's more, hair coming out of your scalp. I I did the invisible method right here and at the back so I could tie my hair up. I love this hair. But yeah, I've been in a calmer space. And the thing also is about that call center. Um, the thing is about working at a call center. I don't know if it's every call center, but where I work is that when you're on the phone, um, between each call is like maybe it's a short amount of time, but there's a beep sound every time a call comes in. So now your system is high alert and it's under that fight or flight mode all shift because you have that beep sound that's like really sharp and harsh in your ear for an amount of hours, and then your stress levels are up, you know. But yeah, I want to go to Canada's Wonderland in the summer because I've never gone. That's a thing that I'm planning to do for August. That's what I'm saying. I need mine. You know, I'm planning to do that for August. I'm really excited. I've never gone to Canada's Wonderland. I've never gone on any rides. So that's something we need to do. I've been out of training and I haven't been training for the past couple of days. I'm waiting for my fall season. I'm just resting, and my hip flexors have been hurting a little bit, but my entire body overall feels pretty good. I think I'm going to start stretching and doing a bit of yoga. I was telling my friend the other day, like, I want to start yoga. Like, I think I want to start yoga. I think I'm going to start doing that maybe starting August. I'm going to get into really, 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 really chill and calm tempo runs, you know, just to get my system, just to remind my system who I am. You know what I mean? You know, coming from a brutal overtraining block, you just have to be careful with what, you know, you're doing to your body. Um, I did end up having to go to the doctor because my hormones, my cycles are completely off track. Literally, they're off track. They're up in the air. I had to do some blood tests. I'm waiting for them. We're just waiting, hoping everything is well. But my body has been much better. I haven't been in a stressful, what's the word I'm looking for? I haven't been in a stressful mindset lately. So I'm saying I think my mind did let its guard down, which is something I haven't felt in literal months. Since March, that's all I felt. Exams, you know, work, track, everything. My mind has, like, I've just been high alert. So now I do feel like it's a little bit peaceful. What are some summer activities that I should get into before we start fall? I'm actually so excited for back to school, but I think I'm only excited for back to school just because I'm excited of the idea of it. I'm romanticizing how back to school will be, so I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I'm so pumped, I'm so excited because I'm thinking of fall. Like, guys, I was talking to my little sister about this the other day. The months of September to December are the best months of the year. You can argue with the wall, you can argue with yourself. It is the best months of the year. We have September. In September, there's usually a lot of movies coming out. In October as well, we have a good amount of movies. And then you also have fall. When we have the start of fall, not the cold Canada fall, no, when we have the beginning of fall, like it's still a little bit, it's, okay, let me put this in perspective. It's cold enough for you to get your jacket out, but it's not that cold that you need to get your scarf out. You don't need scarf, you don't need your gloves, nothing, but it's cold enough you need to get your jacket out. So that's the type of fall that I like. And then the trees are kind of orange, they're kind of yellow, and then Starbucks drops its fall menu. I had an iced chai latte. It was so good last year. Pumpkin spice loaf. Get on that. Thank me later. And if you're not a pumpkin lover, it's not super aggressive. It doesn't have a really aggressive, strong taste. Um, and then we have Halloween, and we have all these scary movies coming up. So yeah, like I was saying, like around Halloween, you know, we have some scary movies that come out. And then we have November is not much, but we all know. Oh, we also have Thanksgiving, and we all know that around November, everybody's just preparing for for Christmas. I'm born on Christmas. I'm gonna say that Christmas has been a little bit underwhelming for the past 2 to 3 years. Maybe it's just my Christmas, but I do feel like the preparation for Christmas is better than the actual day. I feel like a lot of people don't actually do things on the actual day, but preparation for Christmas, people go skating, people have all these Christmas activities, hot chocolate, going to the mall, going shopping is really, really fun. And then Secret Santa with your friends, Secret Santa with your family members. The actual preparation for Christmas, I think, is sometimes just better than Christmas. And then we also have Black Friday around these months. We have Boxing Day. Boxing Day will always see me every single year. And then, yeah, it's super hype. It's super fun. Um, yeah, so I'm really excited because I am romanticizing it, but I do am thinking about back to school and what I would need. I don't need that many things. I do need to start. I started saving for back to school because I'm trying to put myself within a budget. I will make probably a vlog for that, but I'm trying to put myself within a budget and not go over that. And just that's going to be my cap for back to school. But yeah, I've been thinking ahead lately, as you guys can tell. But I've been really excited about a lot of things. Like I've been looking to the on the bright side of things instead of focusing and staying stuck on the negative. Like, bad season things happen, but I have to move forward with my life. I have to. I have to. Like, there's gonna be some things that don't go my way, which I don't like, and it's really unfortunate. But if I stay stuck with that mentality, like I think do my mental is something that I need to work on, but I do think that this summer I've been taught a lot of things. Having to navigate a lot of different experiences by myself has been really, really hard. I also have been at a point of my life where I am questioning God a little bit. I think every Christian goes through that. To not get too deep into details, I've just been a little bit like I just have a lot of questions that I feel like are unanswered, a lot of worries. But this vlog is getting a little bit long, but it was just to get into, you know, how my life feels when you know, I do let myself rest a little bit. I do I let myself understand that it's okay to come across obstacles that are bigger than we envisioned. You know what I mean? Um, I do want to also get into nails. I feel like really pretty girly girls have press-ons. I do want to get into some nice press-ons for back to school. I know there's a couple girls, even around my track team, like there's a couple girls who just walk around with press-ons and they manage to jump over these hurdles or run these races without a single nail falling. I'm trying to be like them. My nails are really healthy though, as you guys can tell, but I need to get on press-ons. I'm trying to. I will. Um, but yeah. I've just been stirring my face, guys. I just love this hair. Guys, I used to hate crochet. I actually used to hate crochet because it's just the way my mom did it. I wasn't a fan of it, but my mom's been ahead of the game. Like, crochet has been becoming popular on TikTok maybe for the past maybe 2 to 3 months. But my mom's been doing crochet on my head since I was a little baby, since I was a little kid. These African women, all these styles that you guys are seeing on TikTok being popular, the older African generation of women have been doing these hairstyles since their time. Like, they've been doing it. People on TikTok have just made it popular and trendy, but it's been there. Sorry for the interruption, but yeah, what I was saying is all these hairstyles that you guys are seeing on TikTok, they've been there. That's why a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, crochet is a new method, I need to learn it. I've been known about that. My mom has been doing that in my head. It's just the way my mom used to do it. I didn't love it because I was like, okay, it looks fake. It looks like fake hair. But I did it. I did use a couple new methods on my head because I was like, yeah. I'm also thinking about my back to school hairstyle. Guys, you guys know I do my own hair. I just don't. Honestly, I just think also giving or throwing, not throwing, but putting maybe 350, maybe 200 to 450 for somebody to do your hair will always be insane to me when I can learn to do my own hair. I wanted to do crochet again, but it wasn't going to be curly like this. It was going to be, you know what? I'll show you guys when the time comes. I'll show you guys when the time comes, but I do have an inspo in my mind that I want to do. And what else is there? my cam. Taking a couple pictures, just a couple. What am I going to do tomorrow? Tomorrow, my sisters and I were going to see because my little sister's going away from uni, so we're just going to go visit. I'm actually so excited. Like, I'm excited as if it was me. It's not even me. I'm just excited. Um, and then tomorrow is Wednesday, right? Thursday, I don't work. Friday, I'm scheduled. Next week, I'm scheduled 4 days out of 5, and then the week after as well. And the week after, I'm scheduled 3 days out of 5. Just good. It gives me a little break, and then yeah, I also need to get new lashes. It would be the exact same type of lashes that I have. It would just be a new box because I do feel like the lashes that I have right now, they're still usable. They're good, but I just want a new box. You know what I mean? Like I just want new ones. I need to get a new glue as well. It would be the same glue, but it would be because the glue that I did buy, I did plan in mind. Oh my gosh, you know what? It's because it's a glue that is supposed to keep your lashes on for 2 weeks. I just couldn't do it because it starts itching. Um, so I need to get something else. But the glue is really good. It lasts me through my track workouts. It lasts me through my gym sessions. It lasts me through everything. It's just that girl. But I think I've spoken enough. I think you guys are tired of me. And it's okay. I understand. But I will call it a day for now. I don't know what next video I'm going to film, but it's probably going to be a talking video. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys so much. I appreciate it. Always look for the brightest side. You may sometimes go through something that you would define as the toughest time of your life, but you will get through it. And then in the next think about it, in the next month, in the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months, it's gonna be irrelevant. It's gonna be something that ended up building you more than destroying you. You've gotten through it. You did that thing because you're that girl or you're that guy. But anyways, I'll see you guys in another lifetime. I'll probably go lay on my bed.